Hi there, I'm Wes Crochet. I am currently 17 and I am a Chinese adoptee. I want to make clear specifically that anything that's said throughout this video is my opinion and I do not speak for all adoptees. Each of our experiences will be different. Each of our adoption stories, though there may be similarities, they're all very different. So I want to make that clear. And again, I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to FCC New York's Adoptee Board. I'm Wes, and this is my lens.
Do you support adoption in general? Let's say your friend tells you, I want to adopt. Like, you would be supportive.
I would be supportive, yes. Okay. I do support it in general.
Let's say your spouse wants a child. Like, would you be open to adoption?
Yes. I guess, like, if, like, my spouse really wanted one and they were, like, and
they can't have kids or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and, like, it's like...
But is it, like, your first choice, or...?
No, my first choice is not to have kids. If I hadn't been adopted, I would have been some, like, out Chinese kid who just, like, didn't have any life in China. But I get that, like, adoption can, like, give new opportunities, but for me, like, I don't want to adopt because the stress, like, I threw and the stress I saw that I put my parents through, like, I can't do that. Like, making sure I'm mentally, like, in the right place or, like, in a decent place and watch, like, my child who I love very much, like, struggle with, like, wanting to, like, die or, like, struggle with, like, being hurt.
If meeting your birth parents, would that change? Or, like, do you even want to meet them?
I do. I know nothing about my birth parents. I don't know if it would really change anything, but it would be, I guess, like, closure. That's the word I was trying to think of before. Closure of, like, oh, this is them, you know? Even, like, if they abandoned me because, like, I was, like, up, like, physically or something, like, it would still be, like, closure. Like, I maybe have anger.
Answer.
Yeah, I would have an answer. So, for one mystery solved. I do have a desire to meet my birth parent, like my bio parents, or have a connection with them somehow.
I guess being adopted, how does it affect like having friends, like any kind of relationship, like with your family, friends, like romantic relationship, like any kind of a relationship in general?
I guess your selection is lower, like narrowed, just because like you may think there are a lot of like adoptees and stuff, but like there are way more people who like have biological kids and like they know their biological family and stuff. It's like the adoption minority, it's like a minority. It's like it's hard to like share our issues and be supported. I want to find my birth parents, you know, and like I'm like being snotty to my parents and stuff because of that. Like they can't find support in that. Yeah. When I had friends and stuff, like they were like so confused on the whole adoption. Another thing that adds to isolation.
I guess, how would this affect you wanting to date someone?
I know that there are people who I would find attractive that I wanted to date that would not understand, but I'm in a place where I'm comfortable where like I think I know like those who like would be healthy for me and those that would be not. I'm not really scared of dating. It's more of like, am I ever gonna find someone who's like understands race and like you know.
I mean, it doesn't affect your like entire relationship. It affects a small part, but not like it's not like everything.
It's just like another thing that you either can choose or choose not to explain. When you're in a big school, it's like not that hard because like you can get lost in the crowd. But when you're in a small school in a small white town in Michigan, a small white Catholic town in Michigan.
But now you're in Texas, so it's a little different. Are they more progressive or open?
I don't know. I know that there's all paths of like openness and stuff. You could be open to one thing, but like totally. But Texas is way more diverse. So
okay, so you have more friends that are.
I don't have any friends, but
you have me. I'm your friend.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Well,
I guess I get scared of calling people friends. It's definitely more diverse here in Texas.
So you just feel, I guess, more comfortable, like.
Yeah, even though I get stared at if I'm walking into Target, I may be looked at, but I'm not alone here. Like there are other people. Like this place is diverse, but yeah.
You just feel, I guess, somewhat more comfortable. What would you say to, I guess, parents who are going through trouble with like their kid just accepting being adopted, or like people who are thinking about adopting, either internationally, domestic, or
I would really say that like find resources. Don't just like be like, God has called us to adopt this child and it's all gonna be great. No matter what religion, like, you know, this child is like, you're supposed to take care of this child, and like, you know, you're supposed to love this child like your own, but they're, in reality, they're not your blood. Like, it's gonna be way different. It's gonna rise questions in the child. It could rise questions in yourself. So just like be aware of how like potent, how stressful, significant it is that you're adopting a child, especially with like international adoptees. Like if you're like adopting an international adoptee and you're white, or even if like you're adopting your person of color, a couple of color, try to find diversity. Like please give your child as many opportunities to be around diverse people. Like, you know, I really wish I had been around more Black people, more Spanish speakers, more Muslims, you know, but yeah, find diversity.
Thank you for being the first person to talk about their story and like life.
I'm honored to do so. And like we wanted to like start this thing, like videos, whatever you want to call them, to be able to find people who are like struggling, that are like just being bullied for being adopted, or who are like feel like they're isolated, like just,
or like anyone who's thinking about adopting, or you have a friend who's adopted and you just want to, I don't know, try and understand them more.
Yeah, this is like, we're gonna continue to make these series, hopefully. I guess there could be a resource.
We will have more videos. Okay, well, I think that's it.